I've studied Korean now for almost 3 years, I think. Yeah. I wanted to start seriously studying Korean because I was living here and working here, and really I thought it was the best way to be able to connect with the culture, understand my coworkers, my students, and just be able to live life much easier and more comfortable. I would say I'm very like high level conversational. When I meet my Korean friends, we can go out all night, spend 5, 6 hours together speaking only Korean. So I'm pretty comfortable with any kind of day to day activity. I don't, if I go to a bank or a restaurant, I don't really struggle at all. So I can live quite comfortably now. It's very different. When I first came to Korea, I definitely felt like an outsider. I felt really like a foreigner, and I didn't understand a lot of the nuance of even when Koreans spoke to me in English, since I didn't quite understand the culture. Um, there was still a lot of things that confused me. But now that I understand Korean, it helped me understand the culture so much more. So it's much easier for me to understand my Korean friends and Korean coworkers and the society that they live in, and also just things like I said, like going to the bank or going shopping is just so much more easy, and people are less nervous around me. Also, people are more relaxed when they hear me speaking Korean. I can see they just calm down because they're so nervous to speak to foreigners in English. So I like that I can make people Koreans feel comfortable with me by using Korean. So Korean is very, very different, the structure compared to English, especially what they call the chondenmal and panma, speaking very politely, the high level and low level. So that can be very confusing and can make you very nervous to speak, because if you accidentally use the wrong uh, suffix, you can accidentally be very rude and insulting to people, which is not the same way in English. So I remember at the beginning, I was just so afraid to speak because I was so scared to accidentally be rude and insult somebody. So I just kept quiet. So that was something that made me very nervous to practice. There were certain like things with the grammar and pronunciation, like the word for Monday, like 월요일, which is still hard for me to say, even though it's such a basic word, 월요일. So stuff that I had to practice many times over and over. Yeah. 월요일. 월요일.
좋아.
Yeah, there's been a lot of incredible memories that I've gotten to make in Korean. Like I said, I joined an orchestra, I joined a volunteer organization, I joined a choir, and this was all like everybody was Korean. For most of them, I was the only foreigner there, and it was just so fun to be a part of these extracurricular. And I got to practice my Korean as well as make new friends. And there's a funny story of. One time I went with my Korean friend to eat 매운탕, which is a very spicy fish stew. And we went to this just small little restaurant, and I love 매운탕 so much. So we were eating, and it's like there's little bones, so I was really focused. And when I eat very messy. I'm like a total pig. And there was a group of old 아저씨 men at the table next to us, and they kept watching me eat the spicy stew, and they were so amazed that this foreigner was like eating this very spicy fish stew that they kept asking me, "Oh, do you like 매운탕?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I love 매운탕." And we had this nice little talk, and they were just so shocked how much this foreigner loved 매운탕. But anyways, they left first, and they paid and left. And then when we went up to pay, the lady said that these old men had paid for our entire meal, which was expensive because we had sashimi as well as this big fish stew, and it was all paid for just because they thought it was so funny. I was looking for something that could work with my schedule, and I found Haja Korea online, and I, they said I could do a quick, like, 20-minute consultation. And so that's the most important thing. I felt if I could connect and click with the teacher, then that's key. So the teacher that they set me up with was very nice and very kind, and she had a clear plan of what she wanted to do with me and how she wanted to work with me. So she was really nice, and I thought, let's give it a go. So what I like about working with Haja is they have a very specific plan for you that's very specialized. So I told them exactly like why I wanted to learn Korean, kind of what my goals were, and then created a lesson plan that matched my goals. So it's very specific to what my needs are compared to maybe someone who works at a big company or someone who is working in for economics or whatever. It was very focused as to what I wanted. I wanted to focus on conversation. I wanted to focus on being able to express myself, increase my vocabulary. So that's what we've been working on, and it's been going really, really well. And I feel like I improved quite a bit. 감사합니다.